Alright y'all, working on this 2015 Jeep Patriot 2.4 liter naturally aspirated motor. That's what it came out of. So we had a little bit of a rod knock. I thought, okay, tear it down, replace a few parts and move on. What I didn't know is how complicated they made this process. So there are 3 different pistons available for this motor. So here's a little document about it. If you want to pause and read, feel free. But there's A, B, and C sizes. And you figure out what size your pistons are by looking at this side of the engine where the water pump is right there. Come back here. And there's a segment where there's letters on the right hand side. So it's BB, BB, 8A. So this segment right here where the B's are, it's going to be A, B, or C, and that's going to be your piston size. So here's your piston sizes, letter B. So there it shows the spec, and that's going to be the outside diameter. So skirt to skirt size is what they're talking about. And there's your sizes. Then we've got the information of which item number is which piston. So this will help you out if you need to. These dollar figures over here are from I'll find it in a second to show you. But anyway, size A, B, and C, and here's your item numbers through Mopar. So then let's say you want to order new connecting rod bearings, right? Because your other ones got toasted or whatever happened. Well, guess what? There are 3 sizes of connecting rod bearings to choose from. How do you know which size to use? It's stamped on the crank. So if you look here, number 4, now you see the keyway on the bottom. Those 4 digits are going to tell you what size rod bearings you need. So here's the crank off the car. Here's the keyway. 1111. So that's the size of bearings. It says color code black. I don't see any colors on these, but there's the item number, and it's a -3, and then you got standard and you got +3. Then if you want to order main bearings, there's 2 different ways to do it. So there's the piece on the crank, which you'll read. I'm going to come back to that in a second. Upper main bearing selection. The identification is located in the middle of the cinder block, blah blah blah. Right? So we did the piston size earlier. Right next to it is going to be the upper main bearing identifier. So on this engine, it's 22222, and it reads, I think it's back to front on that as far as size goes. So if you had a different size, I think it's the rear of the motor to the front from the top down. But the pistons earlier, I believe it said it was top down was front to rear. So I'll have to double check that. But I got all 2s. So my upper main bearing selection would be this one right here. So there's 1 and 2. There's a 3rd one back here. Here's size 3 if you need that one. Then when you're looking for the lower main bearing, we've got to go back to the nose of the crank and find these numbers on the nose of the crank. So here's the keyway, and there's the first one we did. So this is this one. Is that 21101? So there's 5 of them. So those are the 5 sizes you would need if everything was still true and nothing got out of whack. So if that was the case, I would need 21101. All the different ones I would have to order according to how they want you to put it back together. The piece here with the color, there's no colors on any of the bearings, the rod bearings, the main bearings. So I don't know when these are on here, but they're not now after 137,000 miles and someone ran the oil out of the car. So if I were to order new pistons, they want you to order them as a whole unit, right? So it's got the piston rings, the rod, and the cap, but no internal bearings, because you have to go do all that weird toilet paper math to figure out what size bearings you need. So here's one of the connecting rod bearings that has the -3 based on the numbers on the crank. But you can do all of them: piston size C, piston size A, and then you got all your different connecting rod bearings. So mopartgiants.com is where I got this data, and then all of those different main bearings, lowers and uppers, you have to buy individually to fit. I mean, here's what I'm saying, y'all. This is ridiculous. I don't know why you have so many multipliers as far as what size you use in one motor. But obviously you need to get your plastic gauge and plastic gauge everything. And then, I mean, I guess good luck figuring it all out. But I just thought I'd share with everybody because this was a nightmare just trying to get parts and figuring out what does what. So hopefully that helped you guys out a little bit. Leave a comment if you can help the rest of the group. Thanks.